Dozer, when you're done, bring the ship up to broadcast depth.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Let me send this link out. The journey begins, people. All right. To the top. To the top. It's going to the top, Joe. It's going to the top. Joe, I don't have your number, so I can't send you the link. It's going to the top, though. Oh man, I'm fucked up, bro. I'm fucked up. But you know what? I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna do what I can. Let me get rid of some of this trash. Let me get some of this. Is there a trash can next to me? Mm, I got the Discord. And I'm just gonna put it. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. It doesn't make it. It doesn't matter. There's the link. Put the link in the Discord or in the chat right there. I just won't accept people that I don't know. We'll do that. We'll do that. Oh man, I'm fucked up, bro. I am physically fucked up. I started puking. Excuse me. I'm in so much pain, I just started throwing up. You're good. Take your time. You don't even have to come in. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened yesterday on the show. Your favorite boy came into the room. And I really want to help him out. I really want to help him out. And it's like, he makes it hard to help him out. Oh, man. Man, Trip going through it right now, though. Going through it. I'm out here fucked up. It just sucks 'cause I have such a long drive. I have about 14 more hours to go. Maybe 15. Let's see. I don't know. Truck Map says it's 14. Google says it's 15. So we don't know. Yeah, it says it's 15 on Google. I think Truck Maps isn't taking into consideration that there's a time change. So looks like it's 14. So I don't know. Well, it shouldn't make a difference because actually I'm losing an hour. Ugh. Oh man, I did some stretching. So now I think I narrowed down to where the nerve. I got some nerve problem going on, compressed nerve. So we'll see. We'll see. But I feel a lot better now that I was throwing up and all that type of thing. So much pain that you're in throwing up. It's all good. It's all good. And it wasn't like I immediately felt relief after throwing up. Started stretching. I felt some relief after that, but hopefully it lasts more than 20 minutes. The journey begins, people, to treat your truck driving career as if you're a professional athlete. You know, like you have to, you gotta have a chiropractor. You gotta have a masseuse, like a sports masseuse, not no regular. You're gonna go fucking get a happy ending. I mean, you could do that too, but they gotta have real skill. They gotta have real skill. Who's that? Is that Joe? Yeah. What's up, Joe?
What's up, buddy? What do you mean? Who come on your show fucking harassing you?
Nobody harassed me.
You said my best friend. The last thing I
No,
heard.
no. So yesterday, how do I put it? Well, you know, Bless came on. You know how like you guys are going at it.
No, Bless is he's irrelevant, basically. You know what I mean? He's
like,
a quotient. He's a quotient that wants to be something to the factor. That's blessed. But who else?
No, so like what happened was, I guess Windsor was in the room. They were going back and forth. So on stage, Windsor didn't come, but I guess Windsor like fucking doxed him and shit like that. His phone number, and that guy that came on trying to say he was gonna expose me or whatever. I don't know. I guess
No. You're talking about that faggot Greiker, right? You're talking about that faggot.
Well,
is that who you're talking about?
Oh,
he's a faggot.
No,
he takes dick for a living. He takes dick for a living.
So
I can't help that.
Was right. So Blessed was beefing with that guy, right? And I guess Windsor teamed up with him and kind of, you know, did your mama jokes and your mama's a Jew, gypsy, and all that other. The curses are fake, and you know
the curses are fake, bro. He takes it very serious. Bless takes it very serious, bro. He does, yeah. But there is another person out there, and he goes by Greiker is usually his, like that's his milieu. That's the way he presents himself online. And I talked shit to him directly on Windsor's page the other night because I despise that person. You know, internet jokes are fun and funny to have right there in the moment, especially in panels. They're especially just like ha ha ha, you know. But that guy takes it serious. Like, I'll call a fucking law on your family. I'll swat your house. That's the gayest shit.
Well, that's okay. So it sounds like that's the right person because he wouldn't say their name. He just said it's somebody that I didn't like and that they came on here before and I kicked them off. So I assume it's him.
That's the gayest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, so he was like, they said that they were gonna set him up for police and stuff like that. Him and Windsor.
Why? What is the point in that? What is the point in that?
Well, Windsor didn't come on to say what it was, so I don't know.
Is Windsor Windsor, bro? I like you, Michael. I really like you, Mike. And you might want to solve that little issue you got going on in your core or whatever with Jesus. Fucking talk to Jesus, talk to Flat Earth, or talk to whatever the fuck you need to talk to, buddy. but Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Talk to yourself.
Well,
Examine your friends.
I'm pretty sure he was drunk. You know what I mean? So like, because you know how he'll gang up, he'll talk shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is what I always appreciated about Windsor was he's always stayed solid, and he was always a solid dude, and he likes to have a good laugh and a good joke. Now, if fucking darkness has clouded his fucking mind to be a part of those little puny dick bitches that want to call the law on a house and endanger people's families and shit like that, that's the weirdest fucking activity. That's so 2010, and I want to wreck you motherfuckers. If you're watching, I want to wreck you motherfuckers out of that fucking lifestyle. It's the weirdest fucking possibility, right? This is 2026. We can just show up and we can fight each other. How's that sound? We can go back to 1990 again.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. Maybe Bless will come on the show. He can explain it. Because he didn't want to explain it. He wanted to go back and forth with Windsor, but Windsor wouldn't hit the link.
Nah, well, no. If that was the cat you're talking about, if it was Blinzer, or if it was Blessed towards Windsor, then I understand that beef, right? Because
that's what it was. Bless he was like
very weird, dude.
Well, Bless was saying that Windsor. Well, it was both. It was the other guy plus somebody else, and then they teamed up, and Windsor teamed up with them against them, and he said it went on for like 5-6 hours. Yeah. I'm like, why'd you stick around for 5 or 6 hours? Like, you should have just left.
I don't know. I don't like him. There's another dude that I do appreciate that does the same type of shit that I do on the internet. I do appreciate him. His name is Wapo.
I heard
that's his persona. That dude is fucking hilarious. Windsor is hilarious when he is fucking being Windsor. Not when he's dick jumping though. If he's dick bumping, then I got to know that shit. That's weird. Blessed, not hilarious. In Woke Insanity, not fucking hilarious. That's obsessive behavior. It lies. It teeter-totters on
well, I can't
gay.
tell who I can't tell what N-Woke's really about, because, you know, he's just I think he's like a true troll. He just likes to troll, you know, like he
likes to troll, but here's how you can tell. There are taglines to it, right? It's very obsessive behavior, right? So he devotes himself to a person, and then that's it, right? And then
like Andy.
Like you are now an op. You are an op now. You are now an op, and then we battle it out, but. Just kind of like the other guy, the fucking curly-headed, the guy that talks like that, shoes on his shoulder when he talks.
Oh, I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, that's Stryker. That's the guy that come in here.
I've never seen him. Yeah, I've never seen him.
Shit. That's the guy that come in here and did all that shit. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. I've never seen that. I've never seen him. I've heard of him because of Andy Letterman, you know, but I've never paid attention. I don't pay attention to him.
That's him. Bro.
I pay attention to Andy Letterman. I don't pay attention to the supporting cast members. You know what I mean?
He's a weird little bean. He's a weird little bean. I want to draw him out. I kind of want to. I kind of want to punch on him a little bit. I kind of want to punch on him.
Yeah, but like. So I guess so and then Windsor dropped his number in the chat right here. You know, like I was like, damn. Like, but he wouldn't come on the live, so he didn't want to go back and forth.
We were talking about you. I think it was a couple of nights ago we were talking about you. I was like, I ain't seen Trip lately. Where the fuck is Trip at? I guess you were with family or something like that. That's the last I had seen of you. That you were with, going back to family.
Yeah, so like there was this guy that I was talking to, kind of did the same thing. Like we were talking, like, you whenever I go on live, he'd be on there for like 4 hours. I thought everything was cool, and it wasn't cool, right? But when he said something in that has nothing to do with him, really, was like with the Windsard, right? Like I was talking to Windsard about plates, right, for a truck, right? And then he was talking to this guy about it, and it's like, wait. When I asked Windsard about it, he said, "Well, I don't know how he knew about it. That's weird." But I only spoke to him about that through text message, which means he had to have said something. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna back off a little bit. Like I'm not mad at anybody. It's just,
that's fair. That's fair.
Like obviously something was said. Like I'm not saying Windsor was talking shit.
No. I agree. I genuinely like Windsor. I like him as a dude, right?
Yeah.
But he's like an internet friend. I keep him at capacity, right? I keep him at that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like something happened where he said something to this other person who could then flip it or whatever happened. Maybe he was talking shit. I don't know. I'm not trying to figure that part out. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? But something was said.
Though? Was he talking shit though, or was he just trying to help, or was he?
No, I don't think
somebody else took it as a fucking joke or something.
No. So the other guy was basically calling me a liar about certain things, and so what he said was, okay, so like there was like these plates, and I never got my own plates for trucks, and so like the question was, if Trip has trucks, how come he doesn't know how to get the plates? But I only spoke to Windsard about that. So if that had to have been the question. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily.
I faintly might remember that conversation where you were talking how to register those plates amongst either your LLC or something like that. I faintly might remember that. I might be fostering that. But
I think that's the last night I talked to you. Actually, it was that same day. Yeah, you came on after.
It was near Father's Day. It was near Father's Day. It was near Father's Day, wasn't it?
No, it was right before the 4th of July. It was right before the 4th of July. I was heading home.
Yeah.
And then you came on immediately. Yeah.
You were headed back to the family, and then I think we talked about it.
Yeah, so I talked to Windsor the next day. He's like, I don't know how he knew about that. And it's like, well, obviously you said something, you know what I mean? Like, so if you're talking shit, whatever, I'm not trying to figure that out, but something was said. So I just know I can't say certain things to everybody, you know what I mean? Like, and the thing was, I was trying to get information, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to be fair, with Windsor, right, the dude has ultimate knowledge. I talk to him about random shit all the time.
That's why I was talking to him.
I don't. Yeah, I know. But you guys have your own different world with him,
what up,
like
Mike?
the trucking world. I'm not a part of that world. But you guys, everyone terrorizes each other. But Windsor has always seemed like a solid ass dude to me.
Yeah.
To
me. Well, I'm not saying. Well, here's the thing. Like, it shouldn't have been said at all. It's like my private business. You know what I mean?
No,
like this guy wouldn't have known. This guy wouldn't have known that at all to even flip Windsard's words, if he did or not. You know what I mean? Like it was impossible. So they were saying something. You know what I mean?
I don't know personally what was said. So.
It was just saying. They were just saying how does Trip have trucks and not know this information? But they wouldn't have known, this other person wouldn't have known that I didn't have the information if Windsor never said anything. He wouldn't have known that. It would have been impossible.
But wait. Because I have literally heard Windsor say that to you on Windsord's stream while I was there.
What?
So that's maybe how they know. You were on a live stream with Windsor when that was said.
No, I talked to Windsor in a text message. No, I never talked to him about that.
Now,
I've
if it
never,
was super personal, if it was super personal,
yeah,
then
no, I've never
then
talked to him. I've never talked to Winzard about coming to Winzard's company on a stream before. You know,
you did once. Otherwise, I wouldn't know about it. Otherwise, I would.
no,
You were asking
you know
how.
about it. You know about it because after the fact, I said something. Yeah, I never
Maybe.
said before, because like I never talk really about trucking on Windsor Live. Like it's always, you know, guitar motherfuckers. You know, like that's it. I don't talk about like going to work at his
No,
company.
not that you were going. No, it's not that you were going to work for him. It was more of, hey, how do I get that out there? How do I push that forward and become a business owner as well, or own the LLC, or
No, I already have all that. I already have all I didn't
Right.
know. The only thing
That's
I
what the
don't know
conversation
is
was
the
about.
plate. No,
Yeah.
I did talk to him about plates online. Never once.
I remember, this is what I remember, right? And I may have made this up in my own head. It was you talking how to plate trucks that were underneath you, basically as LLE. And I think I suggested license yourself out of Delaware because they have the best business license that is to be available.
Yeah, that's way after though. Yeah, that was after. We did have that talk, but that was after all of this. Yeah.
I might be lagging then. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, it was after. You know, I remember.
I remember you were doing
no,
it. You know, once you say shit like that, like I want to follow up and see what you're doing and see how you're living and shit like that. You know.
Yeah, but that's another reason why I don't like. I'm not like, oh, he was doing this or doing that. It's just something was said amongst them two. You know, it's like, or else he wouldn't have known about it at all. You know, like it would have been impossible.
People really hate when you do better than them. If you're better looking than them, if you're fucking just cashing checks every fucking day, they fucking hate it. They'll probably hate me right now because I'm sitting in my garage with the fucking door open with fucking 2 ACs burning. Right? That's gonna be weird for them. It's gonna be weird for them. But to be fair, who fucking cares? Who cares?
Right.
Nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody
so
cares.
I mean, like it was. So yesterday when Bless came on, I was like, well, like I understand how you're upset. Like it's easy to get upset online, but like
what is
you
he
took
upset
that
about,
punishment.
What is he upset about?
Well, he's upset, number one, about the mama shit, you know? But then he's upset that he believes Windsor betrayed him because what he was saying was that him and Windsor would talk on the phone like 3, 4, 5 times a day and all this other shit. And so he really thought like Windsor had his back.
There was a friendship fucking bud and shit like that. Right. Stop being weird, man. You know, maybe get out in the West Village, go dance with another gay man or something like that. Maybe do that, Bless. Kiss another dude. You might be lucked out.
Well, he's going out to Arizona, he said, with his girlfriend.
The fuck he will. His fucking his leg will fucking look like it's been run through an air fryer. What the fuck do you mean?
I don't know nothing about that, you know.
I'm sorry. But
he's had a hard life, it sounds like.
Sounds like it, but he made it that way, though. He literally made that his persona, and that's the way he.
Well, the thing is, we wouldn't know about it. We're on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you would know somebody has like an elephantitis of the leg or something like that.
Yeah, and it is a wicked looking leg. It's a very wicked looking leg, right?
And he showed y'all? Oh my god.
Oh yeah. There's pictures and shit out there. There's pictures and shit. But God bless him. or Jew blessed him, or Gypsy blessed him, or whatever the fuck he believes in, Persian blessed him, Mesopotamia
Oh
blessed
my
him,
god.
whatever. I don't
Oh
care,
my god.
but
Yeah. What's up, Cigar Poppy?
just don't be weird.
Who is Cigar Poppy? Who's that?
Oh, who is that?
I thought it was my friend Breadwinner that came on here. Yeah, it's oh, it is. It's my boy Breadwinner. What's up, Breadwinner? I don't know what name you have there.
What up? What's going on,
What
fellas?
up, what up, what up, what up? Tommy Chops! Tommy Chops is
Why
in
do you-
there. What up, Tommy?
Why do you have the Wait, somebody said their booty is milky. What the fuck?
Ooh, my booty milky.
Yeah,
Hashtag
Tommy
dot
Chop
com.
says, Bless is a little too emotional for YouTube. He's looking for friends in the wrong places. I agree with
In
that.
all the wrong places, Tommy. You already know this. You already know that he's way too emotional to be in here to exemplify himself and make friends amongst basically hardened criminals, right?
Yeah.
Just you don't have the skin for it. You're built SOF capital T soft. If you're going to make internet friends, you have to have a thick skin about yourself, and it's very weird digital situation, but
Yeah, over time. I said it on stream after like I said, there's things that go on behind the scenes in the background that you're not privy to.
shit,
Yeah, so that you're not necessarily knowing of. So yeah, this is old information.
But
But,
it's super
yeah,
easy to understand, though, man. I mean, you can be accepted and you can be loved, and that's just kind of how you're perceived.
Yeah.
But the perception is only that of what they either hear or see via camera, right? I'm sure there's plenty of people who absolutely fucking hate me. They hate watching me. They hate hearing from me. All of it. But there's also a good gathering of people who genuinely enjoy me fucking talking shit. And that's my internet.
I think there's some people that nobody likes.
Yeah, that nobody likes, right? I ain't one of them.
Yeah.
I ain't one of them. But they know but there's the difference is they know it's when it's jokes.
Like, I like Bless, but he's like takes it way too serious. He's talking about like the attorneys and all this other shit, like, and this channel makes fun of people that go to get attorneys and everything. GW, you know what I mean? Like my arch nemesis.
Sure, if you have to hire fake attorneys to fight your aggressions, then you are a fucking lost soul. You are a lost soul.
On the internet.
To do that.
Yeah.
You are a lost soul.
Right.
You want to call your gypsy gods. Call your gypsy gods to fucking...
That would be better than getting an attorney. You know what I mean? Like, that would be better than getting a fucking attorney.
Bless does have the skin for it, Tommy. Bless does have the skin for it. That shit shows right on his legs, brother.
Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know. Bless, I don't know nothing about that part. I'm not gonna make fun of your deformities or anything like that.
I'll do it, Bless.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Fuck you. Fuck your mother. I did. Maybe that's why she quit life. She was like, that's the best dick she ever gonna get. And she just checked out.
Wow.
Take that, Blessed. Gypsy cursed my ass again. You faggot.
Speaking about mothers, I was watching this TV show called the Kings of the Boardwalk or something like that. I don't know. It's got Steve Buscemi in it, and it's like in the 30s of Prohibition. or the 20s.
Yeah, Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire. That was a fucking killer series.
Yo, this dude fucked his mom. And then they killed him a couple episodes later.
That's how Blessed was born, dude.
How could it be born by fucking your mom, though? Like that?
Well, innate ability, magical things.
Yeah, I don't want to give away a secret, but
appropriation.
I have a script for a film that is being made in the background, right? And one of the characters is his own dad. Yeah. So
does he look back in on him, or does the son look outwards towards his dad?
Well, he doesn't know it. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know it. Because there's some time travel involved, let's just say.
Of course, yeah. Right. There has to be. Otherwise,
so it's like a closed loop, so he doesn't know it. He doesn't know it until it's too late. You know?
It doesn't make sense otherwise.
He has no clue, you know what I mean? So it's like, fuck. I am my own dad type shit, you know? Like, that's crazy, right? You know, like, that's like a weird thing to think about, right? Like, in any type of... Okay, so, like, you're a grown man, you know, and you meet this chick, right? And you bang her, right? And she's pregnant, right? And then something happens with time where it's all fucked up and shit, and but you're your own father, and then you like grow, because like basically the kid's mom dies.
Conceptually, that's fucked. It just I didn't. You rerun that back by me again. Run that Milk River, that Gravy River shit back by me again. What did you just say?
Okay. So you're looking at a timeline, right? So there's a baby born, right? A baby is born. The baby's mother dies, right? She's dead. He doesn't know her or anything really, you know? She's dead.
What year is it? 1756?
Doesn't matter the year, right?
All right.
Doesn't matter.
Fair. Happens all the time. Happens all the time.
Right. So later on in his adult life, when he's conquering the universe like Darth Vader or something, you know, he discovers time travel and goes backwards in time, you know, and because he's like trying to take over the universe, you know.
I see your angle now. Now I see your angle. I see your idea of where you
but then he falls in love. And he bangs the chick, and he doesn't know who his mom is. He has no clue that to him.
Bitch, that's fucking Star Wars, bro.
But to him,
fucking hide that from me.
But to him, well, that doesn't happen in Star Wars. He doesn't give birth to himself.
Damn, they're happening in Star Wars. Don't fucking lie to me.
He goes back in time. So to him, it's like the first time this is happening. He has no clue. And he falls in love, and you know. And as soon as the baby's born, he's like, wait a second. That's me. And it's like this terrible loop. He's his own dad.
That's a bit.
It's more like Terminator than Star Wars. It's more like Terminator.
It's kind of like Looper with Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then Star Wars. Yeah, it is that. It is that. Been done. Plot heard. Meh. Still the movie to someone else.
No. Nobody's their own dad in anything. There's the reason why you think of Star Wars is Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father."
It's called Looper. It's called Looper. It is exactly that.
He's not his own dad. He has to kill himself.
He has to kill himself before he becomes the dad. Before he becomes the dad, that is Looper.
But not the dad of himself.
How would we know? That's the plot.
It doesn't matter. In this one, he is the dad of himself. So like when he meets himself, he's like, "I am your father, and I am you." At the same, you know, like, God damn it! Get the fuck off the highway! The fuck you doing? This guy's trying to get off the fucking exit ramp and stops on the highway. It's a fucking semi truck. Like, what are you doing, bro? Now he's stopping again. I can't deal with this. He still has his fucking signal light.
My booty milky.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has that name? Who has booty
That's
milky
crazy.
name?
Uh,
Booty milky.
That's crazy,
That
right?
sounds like that sounds like some Cardi B rap lines, like some Cardi B fucking bars. Who the fuck?
You know, I used to want to bang Cardi B. I probably still would. You know what I mean? But she's been ran through a little bit.
No, I'm careful with my dick. I'm careful with my dick. I've ran through quite a few of them, but I'll be goddamn.
You know, but here's the thing. I'm pretty sure her vagina's safe as fuck to fuck. You know what I
You think
mean?
so?
Like, yeah, she has
You think
top
so?
notch fucking care. Yeah, she has top notch doctors and stuff.
Do you think
You know,
think it's
like-
been scraped out of there? Nah, I probably still wouldn't do it
Yeah,
because genuinely,
I think
I don't go after the ass or the tail. I genuinely go after the personality. Could you
Yeah.
make me breakfast in the morning? Type
I
of
think she could.
person.
I think she could. She's still a Latina. You know what I mean? So
Hey, you
Yeah.
might be right. You
Yeah.
might be right.
yeah, her and Megan Fox. Megan Fox, I would definitely, you know.
Yep.
The only reason
would
why I
damn
want to, the only reason why I want to be
I would-
somewhat famous, so I can have one day just, you know, hang out with Megan Fox when she's not married to that gay boy.
I don't know. I had me and Megan Fox once. They were slightly unstable. Slightly unstable though.
Nobody's had like an actual Megan Fox. I'm talking about like actually Megan, like real Megan.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna just compartmentalize them into like a
Looks?
little body or whatever, then yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've had a few of them.
Yeah.
But they're
No, I'm
unstable.
talking about her. No, I like her. I like her. Like, did
Oh,
you see
her,
what she did
yeah.
to Kanye? Did you see what she did to Kanye? So
No, I don't
she,
pay attention to like that.
So she
I don't pay attention
pops
to like
up.
that.
She pops up on Instagram with like this fucking picture, right, out of nowhere, like just like her butt cheeks or some shit, right? So
She did
Kanye
have
hops
a nice
on.
ass.
So Kanye hops up on Twitter and hits her up, DMs her something like 5Gs, right? And he's like, I need you, basically, right? But she's like, Kanye, it's just a fucking picture. He sends her like 10,000 more, right? And he's just sending her money and talking. And she's like, I'm married, right? Like, he's like, so we'll just get rid of him. And then she just blocks him. She blocked Kanye. Like,
I know. Here, I know that as a musician myself, I know she's married to one of the biggest menaces to the music world. Like, he's very popular, almost like Slim Shady popular.
No way.
No.
No way. Not even
No,
close.
He has
No
his own
way.
following. He has his own following, bro, and he does whatever he wants to do within that. So that he's popular within inside of that genre, right?
Dude,
I like some of his
listen.
music. I like Shoelaces. The
There's
album
this-
Shoelaces. The album Shoelaces fucking kills. It is
The
one of the
fucking
best.
album. Oh my God.
It kills.
Weren't we
It
really having
kills.
this conversation right now?
The Cleveland rap. Yes, it kills. Are we really having this conversation right now?
Yeah.
How does it not kill? 27, fucking, I don't know. I had to go down
want you to.
find the
I
other
want
ones.
you to. I want you to see this meme, right? It's fucking. It's MGK battling Eminem, right?
Yeah,
And then
but that's
and
not a fair.
then
That's not a fair fight, though, is it?
and
That's not a
well,
fair
hey,
fight.
hold up,
That's not a fair fucking fight.
hold up a second. And then it goes to his new shit, which is he's like in baggy pants with a sweater, like singing like a gay boy. You know, it's like, yo, you just went to.
He went back to punk rock. He was originally punk rock. When he met Eminem
When he was
back
with
in the
Diddy,
day, he was
when he was with
punk
Diddy,
rock.
he was a rapper. He was a rapper.
No. Before anything, he was a Cleveland punk rocker. That's what he was.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. And you know, like here's the thing, like a Cleveland rapper, MGK, he can't even rep Cleveland right. You know, that's Bone all day. So you know,
but he does. But here's one thing that he does. He does rep Bone all the time because that is that's Thugs in Harmony. Thugs in Harmony, and he does it very well. That is the Cleveland rap scene. That's Thugs in fucking Harmony immediately very well. If you follow the music scene, then it is very much so.
You just said MGK's a menace in rap. Like, come on.
He's a menace to the music world. He's not a menace in rap. He's a menace to the music world.
He's a terrible artist.
I don't know. He's got some bangers. He's got some fucking bangers. How many bangers you got?
Name one banger that MGK has. A banger.
27. Play it real quick.
I can't play it on here, but I've never heard of it.
Nobody's gonna block you. Nobody's watching us right now. Play 27.
No, I can't play it. I don't have it on here. I have to download it and upload it to the StreamYard, and I'm not going to do all that because I've never even heard this stuff.
27 was
the only song I've ever heard from MGK was him with DMX, and fucking DMX is like, I don't dance, you just stand on the wall.
27 was written about the fallen musicians of the music club, right? He wrote it towards the artist's label, and those are the people who they feed them drugs so much, and then they get crushed by it. They get crushed by all of the drugs because they lose it. It's called 27. It's one of my favorite songs.
That's cool. I'm glad that you like it. It's just, you know, MGK has no position in my world.
There's Blessed, you big-legged motherfucker. What's up, son?
MGK has no position in my world. You know what I mean? Like, none whatsoever. And it has nothing to do with the fact that he's white. You know, it has nothing to do with that.
I got 20 minutes left on my break. I'm about to. Windsor, we were just talking about why you would host such a faggot named Blessed. We were just speaking about that.
Who the fuck is Tommy Chops?
You don't know Tommy Chops? Tommy Chops is legend. He's fucking legend, baby.
Bless, don't get upset, man. Why is Blessed upset?
He's always
a new
upset,
day,
bro.
Yeah, it's a new day. Like, stop. It's a new day. Let that shit slide. Let it go.
I'm working right next to the house, Michael. I don't have to worry about it at the moment.
Nobody talked about your moms today. Like, let it go. Well, maybe Joe did, but let it go.
Yeah, I talked about your mom. But I guarantee you, Blessed, she had the best rest of her years with me. It was a great time. I cherish those moments. Or whatever orchestral shit.
I don't know. I don't know about you, Joe. You're gonna look at you kind of sideways. You just brought MGK into the
No, MGK is
music
not a bad
world.
artist. He's not a bad artist,
He's a
dude.
terrible
He's
artist.
not a bad artist. He has
I'll
some
tell.
very shit music. He has
I'm
some
gonna
very
give you.
shit music.
I'm gonna give you some artists in his race group that are better than him. Macklemore. The
Pronounce
thrift
it, though.
shop motherfucker.
Pronounce it, though.
Macklemore.
You, Mackle? Macro?
Macklemore. No,
Macklemore?
Macklemore.
Macklemore?
No, Macklemore.
Okay.
That guy.
However you just said it. Fair enough.
The thrift shop guy. Yeah, he's
Same
way
artist,
better.
right? But where is he? He's not relevant anymore. Is he?
It doesn't matter. He won a.
He's
he won
not
best
relevant
artist
anymore.
He
Put out one hit.
Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice is better.
He's not relevant. Rob Van Winkle.
Yeah.
Relevant. No more.
Still relevant. What are you talking about? He's still on TV.
Only just because he did one stolen song. He did one stolen song that was stolen from Queen, right?
Well, first of all, no, that album To the
Yes.
Extreme is a fire album. Like that whole album, and let's
You
just call
enjoy
it
it.
the
I
one
enjoy
song.
it. You enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yeah, that's fair, right? But
MGK doesn't have a hit close to Ice Ice Baby. Not even close. Not even close.
Shoelaces. He has Shoelaces. He has Cleveland. He has the new one that he put out with Jelly Roll.
Who's
keeps
Jelly
playing it.
Roll?
That's
Hey,
you.
Trey.
You're Jelly
Dre,
Roll.
yeah,
You're Jelly
I
Roll,
probably
bro.
am. Hey, Dre.
Yo,
Can you tell me a MGK hit? Like a hit.
he just Eminem. I love that.
Yeah, see, Dre doesn't know no MGK. None of us know MGK.
No, well, but you'll listen to him though.
No, I don't. How would I listen?
If you don't know MGK, then you obviously
I know him.
You
I know him
obviously
because he went
wouldn't
against
refer
Eminem.
to him in that acronym. You wouldn't refer to him in that manner, right? If you
No,
didn't
that's
know
not
him.
true. I only know him because he went up against Eminem.
You know what? I'm gonna play MGK for the Mexicans for the rest of the day. When
The
I pull back up on my
Mexicans?
work saw. For the
You might end up in the work saw if you play that shit. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Nah, I'm just gonna pull it up. It'll probably be empowering for him.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna go get this
I don't
Chevy Silverado. I'm gonna go get in this Chevy Silverado. I already went in too deep by doing this, but
What's up, Trey? What's going on, man?
What's happening?
Shit,
I heard
chilling.
about Bless talking about his weird feet and shit, so I had to come on here.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
Bless,
Brandon.
Bless was just in the background and I went to go click it and he disappeared. So he was gonna come on. Bless, I was about to click you. Come on the show. I can't hear you, Dre. You sound way far away.
Why are you mad at fucking Wizard now? Bless? You just fucking create enemies everywhere, don't you?
What's
fuck
up,
is wrong with
Bless?
you?
I don't fucking create enemies about nothing, and you should shut the fuck up because Windsor talks shit about you too. Windsor don't
I
like
don't
you
give
either.
up. Here's the thing.
Bro,
Here's the
bro, why don't you
thing.
ask him? Ask him to come
Here's
on the
the
fucking
thing
podcast.
is-
He's a punk. He's a
Here's
coward.
the
He's a
here's
sellout.
the thing
He's
is
a
I don't
phony.
fucking care.
Well, maybe
I
you
don't
should
care.
fucking care, jerk off face. Because
Why
he said
would
that
I
you're
care?
a jerk off. Hold on, let me talk. He said that you're a fucking jerk off because you pulled your balls out on his live stream, and he called you all sorts of names. So he ain't your fucking friend either. All right. So if you think I'm fucking lying, tell him to come on the panel. Right?
I'll
Tough
show
guy.
you my balls right
Come on,
now, Lindsay.
Wizard.
No, don't
I'll
do
show you
that.
my
Don't
balls
do that.
right now, Bless.
No,
I'll show you.
no.
I'll pull the whole
Don't do
goddamn
that.
string
I don't
out.
give a fuck
I'll
what you
pull
do,
both
Joe.
them bull
But
legs out
you think
right.
Windsor's your friend? He ain't your
I
fucking friend. He
I
ain't
had
your
to
friend.
balance him just in case. You never
No,
know.
he wasn't
which
gonna. He wasn't. No, he wasn't gonna do that.
I don't know. I had to balance him just in case. You know,
wasn't
you
gonna do
never
that.
know. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean, he said he was.
Windsor's a fucking jerk off. Come on, Windsor. You're
Yeah.
still a punk. You don't want to face me because you know you're a bitch. And you think I
Damn.
have fake? You think I have fake attorneys? Test me, motherfucker. Test me,
Damn.
motherfucker.
We can't hear you, Trey.
He's a coward, bro. Joe, I don't really have a problem with. Only when he talks about the mother shit. That shit don't
Yeah.
fly with me. He can rot from fucking cancer every time he says that. But I
Yeah.
don't really have much of a problem with him. But if he thinks that Windsor's his friend, Windsor don't like him either. Just like he talks shit saying that he never liked me, but he talked on the phone with me for 8 months, calling me 3-4 times a day, and vice versa. I used to call him 3-4 times a day for 8 fucking months. But he's not my friend at all. We're a little bit more than acquaintances. That I agree. We're not best friends. Maybe not even good friends, but we were friends.
Yeah. Well, do you think that MGK is a good rapper?
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's terrible. Fucking Kid Rock is a better fucking rapper than him.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. You know, I would
I
have
didn't mean to start yelling on your show, bro, but it's like,
Oh,
you
you're
know,
good.
people
You're
are
good.
fucking phonies, bro. I mean, like, you know, Joe thinks like Windsor's his friend, and then Windsor's like, go ahead, Joe, go ahead and make fun of him. Like Windsor's like cheering him on now because he's a fucking sellout cocksucker who can't come face the fucking music. Right, you little
Yeah.
bitch, you had to dox my number like a punk. Like a punk. Faggot.
Who's this? Oh, it's Joe again. Joe, please
Yeah,
don't
let's
show
go.
your balls.
Yeah, Joe's all right. I don't really have a problem with him, but he shouldn't be sticking up for fucking Windsor because because Windsor don't like him either.
You're back, Joe. You're back, Joe. He just seemed real fired up and ready to let him loose, so I had to.
Nah, he
I
wasn't
get
gonna
it.
do that.
I get it. That's why I turned my camera off. That way, y'all don't be nervous. Y'all don't be nervous. Ain't no texticles coming out here.
Yeah.
I knew I'd
yeah.
draw you out of the fucking woodwork, you fucking gypsy fucking spellmaster. What the fuck's
Listen,
wrong with you?
Fucking cockhead, cocksucker, motherfucker.
Well, I'm glad you
Why would
guys
you-
made up.
Why would you wish that evil upon anyone? All them
wishing
fucking
evil on
gypsy
you.
curses.
But when
That
you
you
talk
fucking-
about my mother, then you know
She was a nice lady. She was a nice lady. I love her
if you
until I
talk- if you
finished.
talk about my mother, then you know I look forward to you dropping dead, and I'll have a sandwich.
Well, then I get to
What
screw
kind of
her again.
sandwich?
I get to screw her
Joe, if
again.
Joe died to
I
Simpson,
will
probably have a
screw
fucking-
her again.
Honestly,
We will
Joe
ghost
died to
fuck.
Simpson, I probably have filet mignon.
Spiritually and wholesomely, we will fuck again.
I'll be honest with you.
Filet
If I got hit by a
mignon.
fucking tractor trailer right now, I'd probably go out to fucking one of the best Italian restaurants and pick up the tab.
And what restaurant would that be, though? Because you keep saying that, and
Probably got Giulio's in Brooklyn.
you have to take a train.
It's Julio, you fucking retard.
Got
Jesus
Giulio's,
fucking
asshole
Christ.
face. That's the name of the restaurant, you fucking. Google it. Got Giulio's in Coney Island, Brooklyn.
Just because you say it 1,000 times doesn't mean it makes it true, bud.
Okay.
It's
then look it up.
Macklemore.
I bet you $1,000 I'm telling the truth. Look it up.
And Bless said that MGK is a terrible rapper, too. So,
He is a terrible rapper.
Did you see his little freestyle on when Charlemagne was like, "I'm not feeling it"? He was like, "What?" It's funny.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Trip. He is a terrible rapper, but he is a great music producer. Like, he has created some really great hits, right? And he's been behind the scenes. The guy Kelly, Coulson has been behind some of your greatest hits that you might not know that he was part of it, but he produces some of the greatest music. And
Maybe
he
I
may
don't.
not
I
put
don't
out-
know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah,
I pay attention to it particularly, right?
yeah, yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not like I'm sucking MGK dick or anything like that. It is more of a situation of like, dude he has the right ear for it, and that's the kind of music that we all love. We all love to hate, and we all love to cheer for.
I guess I don't know. I've never heard a song where I'm just like, "Ooh, that's good right there." Like that's the one.
You have.
I just
though.
haven't heard
you
it.
You have though, and you didn't know that he was behind those beats. You didn't know that he was behind those beats, though.
You could be
You
right
didn't know
about that part. I don't like. Maybe you could be right about that part.
I'm more than positive that I am right about that.
Yeah. So I just don't know. I don't know. You got to give me an example. Like, did he like make the Wanksters beat or something? Like, I don't know.
Look up. Just you can go best Ohio beats. You can probably look that up, and that will bring you into. And then make sure that you got Coulson. Tag Coulson in the title of it.
Well, I'll look it up with the chat GPT. I was like saying because I can be like, oh, what's 50 Cent's best ghostwriting songs? Or
no,
Pidgey
Pidgey is great as well, though. That's how he and his team got put out as well. Yeah. He and his team got put out as well. Just the same way that D12 and Eminem did, but they did it way before. And Coulson
but these guys are all writing songs for other people.
Coulson and Marshall, they used to run together because they were part from the same world, because that's Ohio, and then they got Detroit, right? That's what made the beats, and then West Coast picked up on that shit, and then that's what made music what it is today. That's what made it challenging for a bunch of people, and then you had a bunch of like silly screwed music, right? So I don't appreciate some of the Southern music. I don't appreciate some of the Georgia music, shit like that. I don't appreciate that. I don't like it. Some of it I do, like T.I., for instance. I like T.I. That motherfucker stays on point.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't know enough about it, So I'll look it up. I'll look it up later, and I'll listen, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is trash," So.
No, he creates some great music, great beats, great melodies, and most of the people that you like, those are some of the beats and melodies that him or his team has created. It's cool shit.
Maybe.
It's the way the music.
We'll see. What's up, Johnny B? Yo, Windsor, you need to come on the panel, man. Blessed is trying to battle you. You come on the panel.
I think Windsor might have a tampon in. I think he does have a tampon in.
He said he's doing something.
Yeah, I think that he's mostly got a muddy butt and maybe a dry red tampon.
Yeah, bless. You need to come on the panel and air out your grievances with Mr. Bless here. Bless wants to be friends.
Why can't we be friends?
Exactly. Bless is hurt,
Hurt deeply, softly,
deeply hurt,
and soulfully.
Bless just wants to be friends. That's it.
See, you're just as much as a menace as I am, bud.
Look, but yeah, I'm being sincere though. Like that's all he wants. Like he's not. Like I think that Bless should just kind of leave the internet. You know what I mean? But he's not going to. So
He's not going
know,
to.
if it-
He's not going
Right.
to leave the fucking internet. He will not.
right.
He's
But if people are making fun of you left and right, you might as well like you got to toughen up. You know, like
embrace it. Yeah, embrace it. Hug it. Love it. Fucking kiss it.
Yeah.
Share it.
yeah. You know?
It's weird. It's weird unless you just have like deep
You know, it's not-
childhood
it-
trauma.
Well,
have fight
he
tactics.
does. He does because well, here's the thing: you can't go around showing a stranger your crazy leg unless you had like elephantitis of the dick or something like that. Then people would be like, "Oh, like that would be cool, right?" But since you don't, like people are like, "What the fuck?" You know. But you could also be like one of these guys that I see like when I'm scrolling through. They got deformities and they make fun of it. I don't know if they're doing that to cope or if they legitimately think it's funny. Like I saw this one guy, they were showing how people could.
Is his leg really that fucked up, or is it just like an eczema situation?
I've never
I've
seen
never
his
seen
leg.
it personally. I thought
Oh,
it
you-
was like I've never saw it like that, but what I know
I don't
about it is
know.
I thought it was like an eczema situation, or it was swollen and like diabetic, right? That's what I
He came
thought.
on here. He came on here talking about his warts the other day, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, we don't need to know about that. Like that's gross."
Did he say he I might gnaw on that lady for nourishment? I might pick my leg up and nourish on that for a minute.
Oh, he doesn't want to be
feeling
Windsor's friend now.
Why don't you want to be Windsor's friend, bro?
Okay, your calf is part of your leg, bro. Okay.
What the fuck is he saying? What the fuck is he saying,
says-
Trip?
He said, I have a deformity on my calf, not my leg. I thought the calf was a part of the leg. Oh, we lost Joe. Yeah, I'm not the one that's gonna make fun of your deformities. I mean, maybe. I shouldn't say I wouldn't, but I don't have plans on making fun of deformities. Unless somebody fucks with me, then I'll make fun of anything, you know? Like, there was this guy, Tar21, that would come on here, and I'd make fun of him because he was fucking with me. But now he's not fucking with me, so I don't make fun of him. You know? There's this girl that has a hard time talking that comes on here once in a while, Stinky. And I found out some stuff about Stinky. She's an internet beast. The internet gangster. She's in the internet bloods, not the real bloods, the internet bloods. She's in the internet bloods, and she's got legitimate beef. But like lots of people. It's kind of crazy. I can't feel so bad anymore. I can't protect her, so you know, just gotta let him. She can defend herself. She's 100% capable in knowing of what's going on around her. Let's just say that. Like, we can't take that. Her disability is not like an actual mental disability. You know what I mean? Like it's just something's misfiring. That's all. You know, like I'm not the type to like hold disabilities against. Everybody has a disability of some sort, right? I mean, everybody besides me, but I'm hanging out with all y'all with a disability, so that's my disability. Is that I'm the most retarded, you know? That's just what it is. I am the most retarded out of all y'all. So that's my disability, that I hang out with disabled people on the internet. I realized the other day I was talking to No Hood Narc the mechanic, and I was like, you know, people are out here like talking shit, acting like they're better than others, like as truck drivers, right? But you're doing the same job as Stewart, who's a legitimate child pedophile. GW, who the fuck knows what he's doing? You know, like, we're doing the same exact job as these guys, so we can't actually necessarily be better. You might be smarter, but you're doing the same job as a murderer or you know, a pedophile or whoever, a guy that just got out of prison. You're doing the same job. So that part. Whoa! Almost drove off the damn road. Oh, not your thighs. Okay, okay. You lost the link. Let me put the link up. There you go. We'll put the link up for everybody that wants to jump on. Hang on, I gotta. There we go. Okay. Invite guest. Copy link. Yeah, so none of us are actually better than anybody out here. Punkzard, you're going to make fun of me about my deformities. Look, Bless, the problem with you being a victim of people making fun of your deformities is that they wouldn't know you had deformities unless you told them. You know? Now, if I'm just sitting there, you know, we're at the bar and I start making fun of somebody because they got a chicken wing instead of a full arm, like, that might be like, you know, them a victim. You know, but when somebody's like, hey, everybody, look at my fucked up arm, you better not say nothing about it. And then somebody says something about it, well, that's kind of on you. They wouldn't have known they had a fucked up arm. Like, should they still make fun of it? No, of course. But, you know, you're bringing attention to it. You know, that's the problem. You're bringing attention to it. Delusions. Yeah, so Windsor says, I don't know, I wish that y'all would just come on the panel. But Windsor's saying he never said nothing about your deformities. You know? He just said something about that you're a Jew or something like that. I forget what he said. Okay, that's fair overtime. I mean, GW doesn't promote leasing, right? We don't know how much he gets paid per se, but I get what you're saying. But you're still doing the same thing. You're driving the truck, right? Like you might do it at a different level, I guess, but like it's still the same job. You know, maybe they don't have the mental capability, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like, somebody could work at Swift for 30 years, you know, and they're still just driving the truck. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys got CDL doing the same thing. So we can't, like, necessarily claim to be better than somebody, you know, intellectually, or, you know, because if you're vastly intellectually superior, right, then why are you doing the same job? You know, like, obviously you say, like, some people are doing things at a different level. That's cool. I get that part. But at the end of the day, you're following the same rules meals and shit like that. There's a McDonald's right there. You did nothing, said nothing. Right. So, but that's the problem, Bless, is that you looked at Letterman and you thought he was cool. And I don't know, I look at Andy Letterman and I'm like, look at that drug addict. Like, I don't see somebody that's like remotely cool at all. So I would never just randomly send them pictures of myself or tell them anything. You know, like, I don't know, it looks like a drug addict to me. I could be wrong. That's just what he looks like to me. So you got to be careful what you do on the internet. And what kind of information you're going to give out on the internet. But we're going to the next level, guys. We're going to the next level. We're not going to be out here fucking around. It's time to improve life. Go to the next level. I'm talking about. Now, I don't give a fuck if somebody's going to be an owner, op, or whatever. But we're getting our freedom papers, right? But we have to perform better. We have to perform better as drivers, as people, and all that. So I'm gonna give a little bit more access to, like, not my day-to-day, because my day-to-day is fucking boring. It's what I'm doing right now. That's my day-to-day. But what do I do to do this day-to-day, right? I keep talking about the chiropractor. Well, you know, to get people to start doing this stuff, you got to show them. So they'll be like, I should do that. Not just talk about it. Right? You know, go get the massage done. Get the cryotherapy, whatever it takes. You know? Show the rewards. You know? A lot of the, like, I'm simple. I just buy fucking toys. Of all sorts. Like, actual legitimate fucking toys. And, you know, motorcycles and little whips and shit. You know, and I try to grow. I buy silver, gold, and stuff like that. So maybe I'll share some of that. It's just, when it comes to like an asset like that, it's hard to show because when nobody knows that where things are and what you have, it's better so it protects yourself, right? Now, if I just show you, you know, a couple grand worth of coins, it's like, I could steal that from that guy. You know? It could happen. It's unlikely to happen, but it could happen if somebody was desperate enough. You know? So you just have to be careful with these types of things. So I have to be careful what I show. But then you got the double-edged sword. If you just show a little bit, it's like, oh, that's not real. And it's like, all right, cool. You know? So it's just, it's a weird position. Exactly. Don't talk about it. Be about it. What up, and whoa? He's not talking to you. I literally just said, I talk about the chiropractor, I talk about the massages, And I need to start showing some of these things so other drivers will actually participate in it. And I said, not talk about it, just do it. And that's when Windsor said, yeah, don't talk about it, be about it. But he's not talking about you. How you doing there, Bo? Yeah, so hope you're doing good. But yeah, man, that's where we're at. It's time to level it up, just on all aspects, you know? And you know what pisses me off the most? So, like, I don't subscribe to GW, but I do type his name into my phone often enough to see what's going on. But whenever he does a video, he says, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm tired of drivers gonna. Just do it. Just do it. Now, I'm cool with setting a plan, like we have to do this, I have to do that, but not I'm gonna. We have to address these words. What is that? An adjective or what is gonna? Is gonna a verb or an adjective? I guess it's a verb because it's not. I guess it could be both, right? Because it's describing what you're gonna do, I guess. Could somebody look that up for me? Could somebody look up if gonna? I think gonna is a verb, but it's not an action. So what is it? It's not a noun. It's not a person, place, or a thing, or an idea. Oh, I guess it is an idea. Right? So it could be a noun? Yeah? No? I don't know. I do not know. Going to? It's an idea, but that's more than one word. That's two words. So I'm just not sure what gonna is. I guess it could be all three. Is that possible? Can something be all three? It's I understand that it's slang. Yeah, I get that, but is it a verb, an adjective? You know what? I'm just gonna. Let me just look it up. Is gonna a verb, adjective, or noun? It says it's a verb, but it can be an idea. I guess it can be a noun. It just really depends, I guess. Who the fuck knows? Hirschbach trailer H30015. Maybe I've had that one before. least the number, probably. That's the world's smallest broom on the back of your truck, buddy. Trying to get past this Hirschbach truck. But they're going downhill right now, so they're particularly fast. That trailer is probably to capacity. Hirschbach doesn't have too many light loads. You know? Yeah, I guess it could be all three. Like H2O could be a solid, a gas, and a liquid, right? And what's really crazy is that it could be all three at the same time. That's the craziest part. I wonder what it would take to achieve that. A gas, a solid, and a liquid at the same time. Like, what would that look like? Does anybody know what that would look like? A solid gas that's liquid. The world is crazy to think about it. Ice melting? But then it wouldn't be a gas. It would just be ice melting. Right? At sea level, for H2O to become a gas, it takes 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. Let's look it up. All right. Let me read this real quick, and I'll. Why would there be evaporation? That's no, because like at precise temperatures, like 32 degrees Fahrenheit, ice or water becomes solid. At 32.1 or 0.00001, it becomes liquid. So let's look it up. So in a vacuum chamber, at 0.01 degrees Celsius, an illusion happens where the pressure or temperature change creates a fully liquid state. So it's an illusion that it could be all three at once. But since the freezing, the evaporation, and water liquid content is temperature sensitive, it's not real. It's not real. It cannot be a solid and a liquid, and it cannot be a gas and a liquid and a solid or any of the combinations at the same time. But I did see something where it said like it's space. Like if you were in space without a spacesuit on, your like blood would boil and freeze. It would be like so cold that your blood would boil. So it's like because of the water content. So you, okay, see, here's the problem. So you're saying water isn't water until it's liquid. I can understand that part, right? However, when it's a vapor, it's steam, right? But other things can cause steam as well, right? Other things can evaporate into a gas, you know, just at different temperatures or whatever. Is that steam? Or is that called something else? Like if you have like vegetable oil and it gets to, 300 degrees and now it whatever the temperature, and then evaporates and you see the steam coming up, is that steam? Or is it something else? Because what you're saying when we say water isn't water unless it's a liquid, that means that water, which means the steam is a specific thing. Since it's not no longer water. Otherwise, the steam would just be what we call the water in that state, which means steam could be anything in whatever state at a gas. Right? Am I making sense? Are you able to follow? Right, but what I'm saying is steam is a specific temperature of water. So what is steam? What is steam? Like we know that water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius. And the result of that, when it pops, it's steam, right? It rises. It's accelerated boiling, right? It boils off at above 212, which the steam is. That's what causes steam. The hot steam where you're like, I burned myself, right? Evaporation can happen at any temperature. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like, evaporation, I think, can happen at any temperature above 0.01 degrees Celsius. Right, and well, steam is water in a gas vapor form, but So is evaporated water is also in its gas form, but it's not steam, right? Water can evaporate at 60 degrees. Like if you just leave a bunch of water right there, it's eventually going to evaporate, right? It doesn't need to be at steam level. So what is steam? Is steam specific to water, or is steam a state of evaporation because of heat or pressure? I don't know. I'd like to get Neil deGrasse Tyson on the show to answer this question, or Bill Nye or somebody. Yeah. Because there's a lot of questions out there in the world that just don't make fucking sense. And I've literally heard that there is a state of being that water can be liquid, a gas, and a solid at the same time. Under immense pressure. It could be all three. Maybe it's at that pressure where those guys exploded in the Titanic thing. Or imploded, really. Maybe that's the type of pressure we're talking. I don't know. Shit. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, there's so many questions. That's what I'm saying. It's time to go to the next level. All of this shit is all mindset. Like, I got this pinched nerve right now. That's like, it just made me throw up earlier. It's so painful. But I love it. It makes me feel alive. Otherwise, it's just like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? What did 50 Cent said? He said, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Right? If everything was just normal, you wouldn't fucking know. You wouldn't, to be human is to struggle, right? You gotta keep pushing forward. And we have to start as men embracing these issues. And that's why I'm glad that Bless is having this. He's got to embrace these issues that he's having and be able to get past it, right? Whatever the issue is. His is an extreme example of internet bullying. And to him, it's internet bullying. But he's got to rise above that and dodge that shit like Neo, right? And keep on with the program that you are creating. It's all mindset. We're all just, you're on a rock, right? Now, some people think the earth is on a table or whatever, but as far as we can tell, the part that I'm going to go with is that we're on a rock, floating or being hurled through space at whatever speed and all this other shit that you cannot control. Whether it's programmed or not, that doesn't matter. The point is that you cannot change those factors. But you can manipulate them. Right? Like in the movie The Predator, Arnold couldn't change how the alien was able to see him through his heat signature, but he was able to manipulate it by cooling off his body, and then it made it harder for the alien to see him. Right? That's what I mean. You can manipulate things. You can't change the nature. But can you? You are stuck as who the fuck you are until you until you become somebody else. Entirely. You're stuck. Okay, so Edward, you said Google said that it can exist in all three phases at the same time, but you're struggling to understand how. Am I correct on that understanding of what you said? Yeah, I've seen like a video or something that says that in perfect vacuum conditions, under certain pressures, water, H2O, the molecules, can exist in all three phases at the same exact time, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever, because they're three different things. It's kind of like the Lord, right? The Lord could be the Holy Ghost. It could be Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, right? At the same time. Kind of like that. Right? And the thing is, let's say it can be all three at the same time. Can we actually see it existing at all three at once? Or are you only able to perceive the water or the liquid, the gas, and the solid? Are you only able to perceive that? Or can you see all three at the same time? I don't think you'd be able to see all three. Your brain would explode. That would be a whole new thing. That would be like a whole new identity. You know? That would be a whole new identity. And your brain would fucking explode because you'd have to like be in the fourth dimension to see that shit. Like basically you're just gonna go by some scientific fucking mumbo jumbo that says, yes, it exists. Otherwise, you can't fucking see it because they're three different fucking things. So if it does exist, that would mean that it's a fourth thing. It's something completely different entirely. Right, exactly. Yeah, but still, you said 32.018 degrees, but at 0.01 would make it water. Like you wouldn't be able to physically see all three at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Like you would have to see one or the other or all three. You can't see them all at once. or else that'd be like a whole new. It would be like a whole new thing, which would be a fourth state of being for H2O. Right? It would be a whole new thing. If it could be all three at once, that would just be a different thing. Because it wouldn't be any of those things. It wouldn't be a liquid, a solid, or a fucking gas. It would be a whole new, and they don't have a word to describe that yet. You know? You're looking, you know, like that could be like a real life tesseract right there. That could be a real, like you can't, you can see the tesseract, right? You can see what it would look like in the three-dimensional world, but you have no clue what that looks like in the fourth dimension, right? So it would be like a real life tesseract because it would be it can't exist in our world all three at once, and because it's also none of them. So it'd have to be a whole new state of being. You know? Like imagine if they had an H and two O's, just one, right? One water molecule, one. And under super duper fucking electron microscopes, show that one molecule in all three states at once. It would be impossible to show you. Because it can't be at the same time. It doesn't exist in our world. So when they say something like that, it's like, I get what they're trying to say because it transitions, right? What's that state of transition? But that state of transition does not exist with the latency of the third dimension. It just doesn't exist. It's there between realities. Because there's a moment where it's a moment where it's this, and a moment where it's that, and a moment where it's this. Not all at the same time, because it's impossible. With our physical world. I don't give a fuck about the vacuum and all this shit. They still can't show you. They can't show you it. They can only tell you that it exists because of the fact that there is a transition period. So if you broke down enough 0.000000, eventually you would come to a point where something strange would happen. That's basically what that shit is saying. Okay, Josh, can they show us that though? Like what it actually would look like? Or is it so like it can't be shown? Like it's like a theory. Like, can it be shown? What would it look like? How would something be a liquid, gas, and solid look like? What would it look like? Yeah, matter is third dimension stuff. So like it would like be between, that's what I'm trying to say. I think, right? It like the only way my brain can fathom it, like I can fathom it, but I can't fathom that it exists in real life because it would be between our very reality. because things can only like you know how like when they did a double slit experiment and they showed like whatever like electrons or whatever could be at multiple places at once. That's what it would be, but they still can't show that either. It's just a thing that is there, you know, like, oh, this electron behaves this way because it's being observed over here, but it really could be also over here at the same time. That's what they're trying to say about fucking water at that point, or H2O. I'm talking about one molecule. I'm not talking about an ice cube where you can see some, like, those are many molecules, right? You can see some steaming off, you know, some looks like a liquid at the top. Like that would be multiple. I'm talking about one molecule, one H2O. You know, is that what it's called? A molecule when they come together, right? So, yeah, it can't exist in the third dimension or in our reality. So it would be like some shit that they would just be like, yeah, like how Josh just said in the perfect lab. And I don't think they would still see it, because how do you describe that? It would still be like a fucking. It would become a fourth state. It wouldn't. It doesn't exist in any of them and all of them at the same time. So that would be a fourth state. And if that's even possible, then it would have to be something beyond our reality, which would indicate like a fourth dimensional object. It's between the worlds. It's like if they teleport something, where the fuck does it go? They're talking about how they teleport these fucking atoms and shit. Where the fuck does it go? I saw this, I think it was an Australian science team. They said they were able to transport an atom, or teleport an atom from one side of the room to like another side of the room. So when it disappeared, where the fuck did it go? That's where the water is all three at the same time. That's where the water is all three at the same time. Otherwise, because it's none of them at the same time. Something completely different. Oh my God, we're talking about molecular structures and shit now. Hang on. Okay. Fourth state is a plasma. Oh my fucking God. Is that like a real thing? You're telling me the fourth state of H2O is plasma? Really? Is that like is that and these types of discussions, there's what proves that there's a whole other world right where the fuck you stand. Because everything is mostly empty space. Your fucking steering wheel while you're driving down the road is 99.99999 unimaginable nines % empty space. And if you could figure out the right frequency to fucking vibrate at, your hand would fall right through. It's like that movie Buckaroo Banzai. When he went through the mountain, what was that, the 8th dimension, the 12th dimension? I like that movie, Buckaroo Banzai. That's my shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much more to this world that's right in front of us that we can't see. We can't. And the only reason why you know it's there because you know something is off. Science can't describe it fully. You know, fourth dimensional object, Tesseract, is something that we can see. It's basically a shadow, right? It's like if you drew a fucking cube on a piece of paper, that would be a two-dimensional version of a three-dimensional object, you know. And if you were on that plane, that's 2D plane, you would never be able to describe what it actually is. So where the fuck do these atoms go when they teleport them? Where? The other side of the universe? Or is it more likely it goes into the space between space? AKA a different dimensional plane. Right? And yet here we are, arguing about deformities. When there is so much more to this world. Now, if you don't care, you don't want to, you don't want to conquer Earth realm with me, cool, I get it. Right? But I don't know how to describe the world without using things that have come before me, such as a word like describing the movie The Matrix or the story The Matrix, right? I don't know how to describe it. I can use different words. Right? I can call it like the grid or programming or whatever. Speed up, motherfucker. Come on, GMC Sierra. Hit the gas. Thank you. Okay. So that's the best way I could describe it. But there's something there, man. There's something there. I'm not saying that there's an architect, right? You know, a god that put it together, right? But if there was a god that put it together, it definitely wouldn't be that motherfucker in your book, okay? Like, no. No. Unless that's just the way they were able to describe that, the creator at that time with the information that they knew. But I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Right? There was a lot added to it for control and things like that. Okay? But we're trapped, people, in your day-to-day bullshit fucking existence, arguing over the dumbest shit imaginable. Maybe that's my fault for being a truck driver. You know? But so far, this is the destiny I've come up with, right? So it's time to change my frequency and fucking rewrite this code. And to rewrite the code, it's painful. It's painful. And when I say rewrite the code, I'm talking about your code. You can't rewrite the fucking source code. You can, you can fuck with it. But okay, hear me out. Think about it. You got rich people. You got famous people. What the fuck do they know that you don't know? Nothing. But if you type into your whatever, chat GPTs or Googles, and you look up the wealthiest people on the planet, these people are on fucking social media. Like 99% of those people that actually make the rules are not on social media. See, a lot of people think that we're playing Monopoly, trying to get this property, that thing, this asset, that thing. Those motherfuckers ain't playing. We're not even playing the right game. We're playing the wrong game. Monopoly is a game within the game. And I believe that the most successful manipulators of this planet understand that they know what the actual game is. And that's where I have the GTA life. And people, when I say GTA, they think I'm talking about the video game because I say it's a simulation. And yes, to a degree, yes. Because in GTA, there's games within games. You can do whatever you want. You can be this character. You can do that. You could, especially with all these mods, and you can do so many different fucking things, right? But the fact is, the super elite, they're operating in this planet on God mode. What does that even mean? Well, it just means that they have a whole different game that they're playing that you have no clue even exists. So the GTA is God tier architects. Monopoly, we're walking around on the board. These people are fucking with the source code, changing the very fact of how things work. You got people where do you think a fucking scientist gets the fucking money and the ability to atom and teleport somewhere else? You think give a fuck about the teleportation? No, they want to know where the fuck it went when it was gone. That's what they want to know. Why? Because if you figure that out, it's definitely game over. Because it's safe to assume that if an atom can be in multiple places at the same time, keyword, that means that time does not exist in any capacity, not just a form of measurement. Omnipotence, right? God could be everywhere at once and is everywhere at once and nowhere at the same time, right? So if you can answer that question, that one question, that means that you could technically be anywhere, everywhere, and nowhere at the same time, because time no longer exists in wherever at. Fucking dead or alive. It's like the water. It could be all three at the same fucking time. And at the same time. It could be all three done at the same time because something completely different. So Schrodinger's cat is alive, dead, and you fucking open the box. Look. Is that state of being right there. From your perspective, that state of being is beyond our realm of reality. Supernatural, right? It doesn't exist. And that's what I believe that the super elites, like Elon is known, right? Yeah, richest man, but is he? He says he's not. He's like, I don't even have enough. I don't even. Do I own a country? No. Does money even mean anything? No. Not to him, really, right? It's not the same. So the super elites are figuring this type of shit out. We're playing the wrong game. Is it for immortality? There is no such thing as an immortality if you figure out where a fucking atom goes. It no longer exists. There's no such thing as immortal. It just like if you take a photon, right? A photon from its birth. The photons that were created at the Big Bang. The supposed Big Bang, right? Those photons, to the time it hits your fucking eye, no time passed. None. It was instant. Exactly. You got to be the code. What's really mind-boggling, being the observer, how big the observable universe is, yeah. Omnipotent. They say there's trillions of galaxies with billions of stars in each, and there's more stars than people that have ever lived. Facts. I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily the accurate number, but they say there's more people alive today than have ever lived, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, the amount of stars that we could in the observable universe, right? There's a barrier that you can't see beyond, and I don't understand. Right, and here's another thing, right? This is what's crazy about the universe, right? So, you take your satellite. We're going to use north, south, east, and west to simplify this, right? You take your satellite or your telescope or whatever, right? And you point it north. We're just going to call it north. It doesn't fucking matter. This isn't true, okay? But we're just trying to simplify it so people can understand if anybody ever plays this back. And you point it in a certain direction, there will come to a point where you see this radiation, which they think is immediately after the Big Bang, right? Okay. But if you point it in the opposite direction, you see the same exact thing. If you point it in the left direction, you see the same exact thing. And if you point it in the right direction, you see the same exact thing. No matter which direction you point it in, 360 degrees, right? What would be a sphere? A circle is 360 degrees. What is a sphere in all angles of a sphere? Whatever the fuck that is, you would see the same exact thing. How is that possible if you're not the center of the universe? Well, the best way to describe the universe is like if you had a fucking balloon, right? There is no center to the universe, right? So if you had a balloon and you expanded it and you had like an X marked on it or whatever, right? It would just expand, right? But then you would say logically, oh, but in the middle of that balloon is the center, right? But science will tell you, no, that's not how the universe works. Because if you want to find out where the actual center to the universe is, the answer is there is no center to the universe. But logically, if there's a Big Bang, means that there was a one point that it fucking happened at. But that one point, since you can look at and see the same beginning, quote unquote, in all directions, means that that one point is everywhere around you, and that it expanded, and you're in the goop. That's why you can't see the wall. That's why the best way to describe it, according to science, is the balloon expanding. There is no center. But how can it be there's a wall but no center? There's got to be a distance in equal amounts of all directions, correct? According to science, no, there's not. Again, another one of these fucking mysteries, right? That you can't fucking solve. That the elites probably know the answer to. I know I come on here and I sound weird when I'm talking about the shadow realm. I'm talking about, space between space and, being taken out of this world and shown something. I know it sounds fucking insane. I get it. All I could say is that I had an experience, and a couple times I had an experience. Maybe it's a moment of clarity. Maybe it was just something imprinted into my brain, But from my perspective, I've seen something different. Seen the source code. That's how I know that there's a different game being played. That has nothing. It's not Risk. It's not fucking Monopoly. It's not fucking checkers. It's not chess. It's not Go. It's not anything like that. It's more like GTA. And my version of GTA is God tier architects. And these are the things right? They tell you, oh, we teleported an atom from here to there. That's what they tell you happened. Which means you're way behind. Way behind in the technology. But if you can see the source code, you can see beyond that shit doesn't even fucking matter, right? What matters is, what does it mean? What does that even mean? That's the issue right there. The meaning of these things, of these types of experiments and understandings, that is the problem. Or that is, I don't know if it's necessarily a problem, but it's these are the types of questions. We're on the wrong side, guys. We're worried about raising kids and all that, and all that is important, right? But you're just playing a part of the simulation. You're just being a part of it. You're not rewriting the code. I'm sure you all heard that if you take the fucking DMT and have the red laser, you can see the numbers and shit. I don't know if that's real or not. You know, science has a way to explain why that happens, what's going on in your brain type shit. But there's stuff where you don't need DMT, where you need to say, water can exist in all three states at the same time and none of them at the same time? What the fuck? See, science will tell you that it's all three at the same time, but then you have to be smart enough to understand that if it's all three at the same time, that means that it's none of them at the same time. Because that's a whole different thing. That's a whole state of being. So it means it's not a solid, it's not a fucking gas, and it's not a liquid. It's something completely different. So it's none of them. That's what we have to realize. Right? You know, like I said, they say they teleport something. Well, where the fuck does it go? When Scotty would beam up Kirk or beam Spock down to a planet, where the fuck did that motherfucker go? We don't know. Or do we? Maybe it's written in the code. Maybe you're just writing code. Maybe you figure out how to write code. Maybe it goes nowhere and you're just writing code. Changing it. Because it wasn't there originally. Or maybe there's something between the worlds that it goes. Either way, time no longer exists. And I personally think that's the point of life. Is that at the beginning there was some type of consciousness and it decided to live forever. In order to live forever, it had to expand. Right? I don't know if you ever saw like Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about this. He talks about fucking his life a simulation. He says it's like 50-50 chance, right? Elon thinks it's like an astronomical chance. But the fact of the matter is, as far as we know, as regular fucking people, they have not created a simulation that is indistinguishable between real life. But as soon as we do that, then you know that you're in one. And what would be the point of that? And then that simulation goes through its whole fucking phase and creates a simulation. Consciousness would be stuck, right? Because we're all conscious, right? And life seems to be conscious. It has these rules and, it's operating a certain way, right? Consciously, it's not by accident. It's like, oh, oops. I mean, if it's by accident, it's by perfect accident, right? Well, that means that consciousness would just keep transferring and transferring. And what is consciousness to us? The universe, to our knowledge, to our consciousness, is 14 to 16 billion years old. Time. And if we could do that again, consciousness would be another 16 billion, whatever the fuck else, however long it fucking goes. And to consciousness, within a simulation, forever, for infinity, consciousness would have no clue that whatever the source is, 5 seconds pass, It would be billions. It would be lived forever, according to it. Because it would be stuck within itself. It's kind of like, this is the way it was explained to me one time, you know. If you look at life on Earth, right? Supposedly there was like these, amino acids, and they came together and formed a fucking cell, right? Well, the cell consciously made a decision to either be eternal, which would get crushed and fucking wiped away, right? Or replicate and reproduce and die, but continue on because there's other things that could kill it, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard about that. Which means it's a supreme consciousness started replicating cells. Your guy inside of you going to live through this other is the beginning. You have that in you. It's some type of superior consciousness chose that path. So if we're going to make simulations and then you realize that you're in a simulation, fuck, we're in a simulation because we made a simulation. My friends, consciousness would be just trying to live forever. Because from its observation, you don't know what consciousness is. It's like a fucking whole, right? It's not just individual conscious, but consciousness as a state of being, of existence, is more than just you and I. It's more than life, right? That you want your personal consciousness to go on, but the collective consciousness, the universe itself, is fucking conscious. Now, where does other dimensions and stuff fit in within that? It's just a byproduct of reality, of our reality. Well, how could you have reality if it's simulation? Well, to us, it's fucking real, dude. No matter what. Even if we have an understanding that, oh, this is 99.9999% chance that this is a simulation, it's still real to you, so you can't just blow it up. I mean, you shouldn't, right? Or else you would just kill the next simulation. Now, if you had simulations within simulations within simulations forever, consciousness would live forever. Even though in base reality, it's eventually going to die. But it would have no concept of time at that point. That's how it's defeating time. I mean, just think about it. If the universe had a beginning, then that means it has to have an end. Unless it just always was.
And everybody wants to talk about multiverse and all that. That's fine. Let's talk about multiverse. It doesn't make it any less true. It doesn't make what I'm saying any less true. Multiverse could be universe within universe. It doesn't have to be a bubble next to each other. Parallel universes. We just said this solid is mostly empty space. It could be right there in front of you in the same exact spot. It doesn't have to be next to you, some faraway place. It doesn't have to be that. There could be another you. You're driving a truck. There could be another you sitting in the same exact spot, and you have no fucking clue that either one of you exists or any of you exist. Very much possible. Like I said, I've been shown the source. I can't explain it well enough. I don't have the vocabulary. And quite honestly, the fucking words just don't exist. Right? It's like, how do you explain God? If you looked at God, you would die, right? Like, that's what they say. Right? You can't. It's impossible. I can only explain it the best way that I can explain what I've seen, and if it makes sense, great. If it doesn't, then I'm just a crazy fuck, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with believing that, you know what, we're fighting over dumb shit. Bless should not be worried about what the fuck Windsor says when he's sitting there drinking or anything. You should not be worried about it. It shouldn't affect him at all, because there's so much more to this world than fucking this YouTube internet shit. Look at somebody's comments. Oh my God. We're using big fucking words here. Gravitational. I gotta pull this up so I can actually see it. Gravitational time dilation. Talking about satellites orbit their mental clocks move. Oh, okay, yeah, you guys are talking about something else. Okay. He is being beamed up. That's funny. You're back now. Oh, I was cutting out. Yeah, I'm in the backwoods. I'm sorry. Time is relative to gravity. The more gravity you experience, the faster time moves for you. I don't know if that's true. Because if you go towards a black hole, supposedly time slows down, right? And that would be way more gravity, correct? So maybe the less gravity, because space-time actually is a physical thing, and it warps around larger gravitational pulls or pushes. Yeah, how does something come from nothing? It's a paradox. Correct. And that's what I'm saying. There's going to be things that our brain can never fathom. Like, let's say there is a base reality. Let's say there is where the fuck did that come from? So it's best to say that this is base reality at this point, right? It's fair to say. That's what I'm saying. You can't just blow it up, even if you realize, oh, this is most likely a simulation. But if it is a simulation, that means that there's something else that created something, and it just fucking goes on fucking forever, right? So we might as well learn the game that is being played here, because these are the questions that fucking the rich people, the elites, super elites asked thousands of years ago. You don't think the Vatican knows that answer? You don't think they got it in the secret schools? I'm telling people about the scrolls of Amenti, man, and people think I'm fucking crazy. Maybe I change words and stuff around to be able to describe it, and maybe it's not the best way. But no matter what, any way you look at this shit, you're a crazy fuck. You know? It don't matter how you look. We're worried about fucking Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our species is worried about that. But it's all fake. It's fake. None of that shit matters. You know, back to the water, existing on all aspects. Matter cannot actually be destroyed. So how can your energy, the part of you that cannot be measured, how can that be destroyed? It transforms. So even if this is base reality and you die, you don't fucking die. You don't die. Maybe your body fucking dies, but the energy just transforms. Maybe it becomes part of the earth, right? And then as far as we can tell, the fucking sun's going to expand one day and then is going to blow up one day, become super fucking nova or collapse, but something's going to happen. And then it's just going to spread amongst the fucking galaxy even more, galaxies or whatever. And I mean, there's so many ways you could look at this. If the universe had a beginning, it will have an end, right? Why would you, if that's the case, why would you think this is the first time? Why? Why would anybody think like that? You think you're special? And let me tell you something. Let's say you are special. Then you need to start treating life like it's fucking special. You need to treat your life like it's fucking special. Because if it is special, you get this one fucking chance and you're wasting it arguing about fucking calf muscles and fucking children that are getting invited to hotel rooms and stuff like that. That's what's happening. And I'll fight that. I will fight that because as far as I can tell, life is special. Because it is special no matter what. It doesn't, look, and if you look at eternity, true eternity, which your brain cannot truly fathom, that means that you live this same exact life an infinite amount of times. The same exact life, not an altered version. That's also an infinite amount of times. But if you live the same exact life an infinite amount of times. So which means that some fucker is going to invite somebody to the fucking hotel room an infinite amount of times. You each time have to stop up and say, this is not right. Every time. We got children being blown up all across this world. Buildings collapsing on them. Horrible shit happening all around the planet. And there's so much more to this. And everybody who gets mad that I talk about God or whatever and shit like that. But you know what? I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure the all-loving and all-knowing and all-loving fucking Father God, the guy that with the white beard, that motherfucker is not bombing children or allowing his innocent children to be bombed. That's that would be pointless to create somebody Like, what is the point of that? Come on, I don't give a fuck. What? Oh, you don't see the meaning, Trip. You know, in the fifth degree of reality of sanctity, that child having his head decapitated was for the greater good of the universe. Like, come on. Okay. So then God doesn't fucking love you because it means nothing because it's greater good of the universe and of God's plan, which has nothing to fucking do with you. You are in that type of, God's plan is you're making yourself the main character. Oh, I don't know why my kid got cancer at fucking 3 years old and his head exploded. I don't understand that. Well, God has a plan for you. So wait, what? So God's plan for this person was to have their head explode so I can have a better, like what the fuck are you talking about? Trip, you'll never understand. God works in mysterious ways. Okay, I do understand. You're saying that I'm the main character and that my child was nothing but a fucking pawn to this all-loving, benevolent God. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, Josh. Just because if we find out that this is not real or whatever, doesn't mean we could just like fucking blow it up and fucking just go crazy because, and that's why they'll never tell you. That's why they would even, I'm sure somebody fucking knows the answer, right? They will not tell you because life is still precious. It's still precious because it's your life. It doesn't matter if it's fake. To you, it's not. And what is fake? Just because something is simulation doesn't mean that it's not fake. And like one of the best representations of that is like Tron, right? They have these like fucking beings inside the computer that, they're like, it's real to them. But, to the motherfucker outside the fucking video game, it's just a video game, right? So it's still precious no matter how you look at it. And that's what I'm trying to say. If there's a fucking Bible God, he's just killing all these fucking people or letting them die. That's the devil. Like, come on. Come on. This has been happening for thousands of years. I think enough little children have died of dumb shit to prove to the people that have also died eventually, like nothing's changed. Like, come on. I don't know if any of y'all are still there, but they want me to. They, I don't know if y'all are still here, but they want me to be silenced. Bend over. Really? I have to look at that up. Ben Bova. I have to look that up. Interesting. I have to definitely look at that one up. Because, like, to me, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, let's say there is, like, an answer, right? And it's known. And that can't be known. I mean, if it was known, if you knew that everything was like quote unquote fake, right? What the fuck would you be doing? It would be chaos. And let me tell you something. I have this pinched nerve. The pain is very fucking real. To my perception. You can't feel it, but I can. So chaos would just erupt and the image of God. I got to look into that because, like, that image. When people think of God, they think of like a man. They think of a man that cares about them. But what if God is just whatever created is trying to live forever? And not live in the way me and you are. Consciousness is God. That's why you could be in tune with that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. The YouTube algorithm kind of wanted me to stop. So. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Josh. Yeah, they shut me down, fucked up the whole flow. Now I'm having chest pain. They got me. Okay? Just saying. They got me. I don't even know if I should keep going. I really don't. This might be too much for one day. It might be too much for fucking one day. I'm not sure. I hope, yeah, I think I'm going to shut it down. Write the code for yourself, guys. Whatever that means to you, like, if you need me to use different words, and, I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. You know, but the thing is that you're stuck in this fucking whatever. You've gained the attributes that you have. You can't just magically have new attributes, right? If you're a fat fuck, you have to change your life to change the attributes of a fat fuck. And since life is precious and real, you're still going to have scarring from that. I mean, they even call it the DNA code. They already know what DNA is. Like, they know. If they can slow down DNA replication, that's what would make you live longer. Things like that. But that's looking at it at a basic fucking level, right? These people that have the means to move in and out of reality, right? Like fucking, they're operating on a whole. They're operating on God mode. It is easy to say Elon, but it's beyond. It's way beyond fucking Elon. Elon's on a different type of God mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a face. These people are not faces. You don't know the scientist that was teleporting atoms, right? And better yet, you don't know who's giving him the money. And better yet, you don't know who's giving him, the guy that gave the money, giving him the money. Because how is he getting the money to do something stupid like that? Yeah. So, dude, it's deep, and it's kind of scary. And like I said, I've been shown something, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't even know if I'm supposed to explain it. Like, that's the truth. And again, I'm just probably a crazy guy. Yeah. As of right now, I'm most likely fucking batshit crazy. You know? And I'm okay with that, though. Because what if I am right? And if I'm wrong, I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do in life and being a better person each and every single day. I try to be every moment of that day and still going to keep going forward and being a better person no matter what. If I'm right, cool. If I'm wrong, cool. I'm still going to be a better person for myself, for my family, and all of mankind. So either way, it's a fucking win. And that's why I don't try to shit on people that listen to the Bible. Because if you listen to the Bible word for word and you do believe in every single word, like, and all that shit, I don't try to shit on people about it. I will have my own personal opinions and all that stuff. But if you live by the actual code of the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, if you live by those codes that are written in there, you should have a good, productive fucking life. Just don't expect to go to a fucking place called heaven. Because it ain't what you think. Oh, it's a mansion. Why the fuck is it a mansion? Why are you living in a mansion? Oh, because you can't have a mansion here on Earth. I get it. So you have a mansion in the afterlife. Why do you get 40 virgins? Because you can't have virgins here on Earth. So you're going to have them later on in life. You know, let's just say everybody was a Muslim, right? And everybody obtained the 40 virgins. We have 4 billion men on Earth, like half of the population is men, right? And then we all got virgins. Each one of us, what is that? That's like 4 billion to the 40th billion power or something like that. Look, where the fuck are these virgins coming from? Not all of us are getting virgins. That's all I know. Not all of us are going to have a room in the mansion. And you want a room in the mansion, you got an apartment already. Or does everybody get a mansion? This is a fucking giant place. I don't know. I don't know. Exactly, Josh. I read about that. Oh shit! I just drove right by that Love's. Yeah, I read about. Well, when I was a child, I read in one of those Popular Science, I think it was Popular Science, that they knew how to turn off aging. Now, I think Popular Science may have. I don't know if it was written for kids. I had Popular Mechanics and Popular Science. Okay, they're both magazines. I don't know if it was written for kids or if it was just written for people, but it dumbed certain things down, right? So they basically said that they knew how to turn off genes that would stop aging. However, the surrounding DNA, I think the surrounding cells, right? DNA is in the cell, right? DNA is in the nucleus, right? If I'm wrong, I'm a retard, I know it. But the cells would start turning cancerous around it. Or the surrounding cells of cells that they turn off, DNA caps like you were just talking about, those cells would start becoming cancerous. And that was in the fucking 90s when I was a child. I read that. So imagine what they know now. And I just recently saw something where they said they can slow it down, aging process significantly at the moment, but they just don't do it. I don't know why. You know, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure they can fucking do it, right? Maybe for the same reason, you know, the same cancer type of deal. I don't remember what it said, but it wasn't much different than what they saw in the 90s, if I remember correctly. See, it's hard because like back then I was able to read information and then listening to information. I love listening to audiobooks and stuff like that. But when I hear, you know, like one of those shorts of, oh, this happens and this happens, well, you move on to the next one so quickly. But when I read it in the Popular Science magazine, it like stuck with me a little bit more because maybe because I'm a little bit dyslexic, I had to read it multiple times. So maybe it's something like that. Yeah, but I would read a line like 3 times sometimes, you know, just to understand. You know, and like you guys keep using these big fucking words, and I'm not smart, like with vocabulary and stuff like that. Like I would have to go look up certain words. Like, what does this word mean? Like, I was never a vocab kid. I failed every fucking vocab test because I would never do homework. I never did the books or anything like that. I didn't give a fuck about English. You know, like worst subject for me. I'd always get like a D pass, you know, but I would never get the vocab books done. So I never worked on my vocabulary. Maybe that's why I'm a shit rapper that nobody's ever heard of. You know, like Jay-Z, he's got a bigger vocabulary. But I listen to him, and his vocabulary is not that strong. He's just very abstract, I guess. Yeah. If any of that makes sense. But the agency of YouTube did shut down the stream for a little bit and fuck up the flow. And no, I'll leave with telling a story. Now this is a spooky ghost type story. It's not a ghost at all, but it's that type of bullshit. I'll tell you 2 stories. Well, the first one, I was standing outside smoking a cigarette with a friend, and multiple people were outside, and I saw like this burning ball, right? This burning ball. Almost like, you ever seen Men in Black when the fucking spaceship's coming in to land or crash into that farmer's, you know, took the Edgar suit. Okay, so this ball is coming like that, right? And rudimentary, this is, I don't know, 2012 maybe, around that. So, you know, you had your camera phone out. I had the Sony, what was it called? The Sony, I don't know, it could go underwater and shit. Anyways, I took a video of this burning ball. Everybody could fucking see this burning ball. And the ball came, like, towards us, but then, like, changed course and went away. Right? Whatever. Okay, cool. We're all like, yo, what the fuck happened? Right? Now, I go to play the video back. That burning ball don't know what it was a burning ball. It looked like it was on fire. And it changed course and left. Didn't crash, nothing, just changed course and left. And then another story. I was outside punching a bag, and you know, there was like I would get tired of punching the bag, so I would start, like, I had these, you know, it was like a big apartment building, and like there was like these I was like on the third floor, and it was what's that called? A deck, right? Porch, deck, porch, whatever, on the third floor. And they had like these big, solid wood beams that like ran up the whole thing, right to the top, right? The third floor was the top, but it, you know, had a ceiling, and then that was it. But it went all the way to the first floor. So I had a bunch of those, right? And I would punch the shit out of that. Boom, 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 boom. Piss off my neighbors all the fucking time. But I was getting my knuckles like really tough. Whatever. That doesn't matter, right? So I'm punching this. Oh my God, I just ran over something. God damn it. I avoided the big piece, hit a small piece. Hopefully it didn't cut my tires. Right? So punching this shit. And I'm like out of breath or whatever. I'm, you know, rounds over, collecting my shit, collecting myself, you know. And then I'm just like kind of staring, right? Just staring. I'm not smoking weed or nothing at this point. You know, I'm just staring. And like these like waves. Yeah, you know, like when you see like the hot ground, you can kind of see that mirage wave looking, you know, you can kind of see that. But it was like right in front of me. It wasn't on the ground. It was right in front of me, right? And then all of a sudden, I saw a person, or what appeared to be a person, like standing next to me. If that makes sense, right? I couldn't see their face, but there was a person there, and they literally said, "Don't do that." And I looked again, and they were gone, and then the waves were gone too. So maybe I was having a stroke or something. I'm just saying that fucking happened right there. You know, like those are two things that happened that are, you know. I've talked to people about that story before. You know, people. I don't know. I think I've told everybody, like, my father was, like, when I was a kid, always had me reading books, you know, building models and rockets and all this other shit. And my uncle flew A-10s, so I was always on a base, and, you know, got to see a lot of, and so I know some people, and I talked to these people about this, and they said, oh, that happens. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like anybody that I know that's like into some type of science or aviation or something, they said, yeah, shit like that happens. So I don't know. I think it's a hallucination, but it seemed real to me. Like there was a motherfucker there. I couldn't see their face, right? But I could see them. Does that make sense? And like almost like a man in black. Yeah, like almost like a man in black. And told me not to touch the waves, and I saw in the air right in front of me. And then like I looked back at the waves, and I looked back at them, and they were gone. And then I looked back, the waves were gone. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I know I'm going to get made fun of for telling the story, but it happened from my perspective. It happened. And like I said, I'm probably stroking out. I was probably stroking out, you know? I was all pumped up and punching that wood. And it's kind of crazy. So those are two things that were there, then weren't there. But one of them happened in front of other people. Like I had a friend with me. I'm still friends with that guy to this day. We talk about it every once in a while. Like, yo, you remember that? Like, yeah, I remember that thing, you know? And there was other people outside too. So they all saw this. And I showed them all like, yo, that was crazy. Like everybody was laughing and like, oh, how did that disappear? Like, it's crazy. Like, so, I mean, unless I'm hallucinating that too, right? I mean, that's very much a possibility. It's like one of those things, like a Mandela effect. Like it happened this way, but then they readjusted the reality of our timeline, so it's like it was a whole different thing. You know, Mandela was dead, but then he wasn't. You know, so. Oh man. A balcony, yes, a balcony. Thank you, Tech. A balcony. Yeah, that's what it's called, a balcony. Yeah. And I have a picture of that balcony in, you know, the boxing bag hanging there and stuff. Have that picture somewhere. Yeah. I mean, so it's very possible that like I just made these events up. But my friend that I saw this happen with, while I was smoking a cigarette with, I talk to this day, and every once in a while, either he or I will be like, "Oh, you remember when?" Yeah. So I don't think I'm that fucking crazy. Oh shit, I didn't even see. I didn't even disconnected again. It just you know, salvage internet friendship. Just blessed. Just know there's more to this world than YouTube and attorneys and maybe I need to realize that there's more to it than this. You know? But the whole thing is, like, if I'm right, I can't come back and get the people to come with me at that point. You know? I don't want to say that the analogy I was going to use, because then I know Josh is going to be like, well, Tripp said this and now he thinks he's like this. So I don't want to use the analogy per se. But you can't achieve something and then come back and get the people that didn't fuck with you in the beginning. Either they fuck with you or they don't. And even if I'm wrong, we still become better men. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because, let's just be real. You're never going to know the world between the world. Right? But let's say there is a world between the world. The best thing you could do is try to become one of those motherfuckers that would know the information. And to become one of those motherfuckers, you gotta be powerful, well respected, well off. You don't have to be super rich. You just have to be on a path of righteousness. And I don't know if righteousness is the right word, because some of these people that know the information, they're the ones killing the little children in these fucking countries and shit. They're causing the famines. They're causing, genocides without even. We're not talking about Hitler genocide here. We're not talking about putting people in gas chambers and then putting them in furnaces and shit. We're talking about manipulation of river water, and shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, people are sick. That's like sicker. Is that a word, sicker? Or do you have to say more sick? Whatever the fuck it is. Sicker. We're going with sicker. That's more sicker. We'll use both. It's more sicker to fucking cut off a whole nation's water supply than to fucking put them in a gas chamber and kill them. That's more humane. Yeah, we're gonna give you the shower today. You can finally fucking wash that dirt off. Oops, you died? At least you felt good, like you're about to do something. Rather than, we're just gonna cut off your water supply so you fucking starve to death because you can't grow crops and you can't fucking drink water, and now you have distended bellies with fucking the fly on your eye. That's the thing too. So it is what it is. So on that note, I hope everybody has a good wonderful rest of the day. And I don't hear from y'all. Just remember, become something. You only have this little bit of time. Become the greatest that you can become. By any means necessary. Don't you want to know? Do you want to live life and not know? Or would you rather gain a certain amount of wealth and be in certain circles and possibly know something? Well, don't you want to know if there's something to know? I think that's where we need to go. So grind hard, hustle hard, know your work, know your potential, never settle Until the next time, we see. Peace.